Hello friends, hope you are all doing well. In this video section we will discuss this keyword in detail. What is this keyword in JavaScript, how it's work, what are the different behaviors where this keyword perform very differently in various codes. So let's start with the example with the definition. uh, this we can say in general we can say this refers the current execution context where the which the function is properly execute. Suppose we have a counter object and it has two properties. One is a count which having the integer value, and another is the next which owns a function. Let's create with the example. Let uh, const counter is equal to count next return this dot next. Oh, this dot count. So inside this counter object we have a property named next, and it owns a function, and inside this function this owns this refers the current counter object, because from the definition this refers the current execution context where the function is execute. So we will console log counter value counter dot next, and we can what is the value. Oh yeah, this is the integer variable, so we got 1. If we console log this, this refers this current counter object which owns two properties, counter and next. And so when we apply this to this inside this counter object, this refers this counter object. So that's the thing. Normally we can assume two types of contexts in with this context. The first is global context, second is functional function context. So we will discuss global context first. In the global context, this refers the current window object. Window object means this thing, console dot log this window. Yeah, we can window. Oh, this window. In the global scope, this refers this current window object. If we check it's that true or not, window is equal to this, and we got true, because window object and this are both points same thing, which is current window. In node we can say global object. So in node we can the window object is replaced with global object. Let's create a variable a is equal is var a is equal to 10 and window dot a, and we got the value because we are declare a variable inside the global context with var, and and this A is declared in in this window object. So if we get window dot A, we have a value. Same thing goes with this dot A. We got same thing because window and this both points on same thing, not any other thing. Let's create another thing. This dot A is equal to 20. Now the output is still same because this refers the current global window object, and we add a property A in the window object which owns 20 value, and we are getting value from this two types. So this is the global context of this keyword. Now we will move to the functional context. For better understanding, we can split function context uh, in further steps. The first is function function invocation, method. Second is method invocation. Third is constructor invocation. Fourth is indirect invocation. We will discuss these invocations in detail with the example. So let's start with function invocation. In the function invocation, we simply create a function show, and console dot log this and call this function. So what is the output? When we create a function, we know function has its own execution context, and the execution current execution context is a window object. So we got window object because we are in global environment. We got this window object in the simple function invocation. We can also call this show function through this window dot this, again same output, or we can call through this, again we got same thing. This is the simple implementation in function invocation. The other thing is that the behavior is different when we use strict mode. In the strict mode, JavaScript, if we apply a strict mode to this file, use through str strict. When we use this keyword in any of these JS file, the execution context is set to undefined. Now we can save and test the thing. Why it's not working? Uh, okay, I will do this on this. Again, same thing. Okay, okay. We will discuss this strict mode in another video or another after this video. Then now we move to the method invocation. In the method, when you call a method of an object, JavaScript set this to the object that owns the method. See the following example. Let's create a object car brand Honda get brand brand. Again we create a car object. This type of invocation we called method invocation. We have a car object which owns two properties, brand and get brand. And now when we console.log car dot get brand, we got this brand value because inside this object this refers this current executed object. So we got Honda. Yes, Honda. Yeah. Let's create one amazing one different thing with with this. Let's create const brand is equal to car dot get brand. We save the reference of this car property get brand in this variable, and now we console log this brand reference variable. So what will be the output? You will see console here. We got undefined instead of Honda because you call a method without specify its object. Therefore JavaScript set this to the global object. In strict mode it's undefined in the strict mode because we save the this method reference, and we don't pass don't pass any specific object to this function. So that's why we and at the runtime JavaScript set global this to this function, and global this does not have a brand value. So that's why we are getting undefined error. Let's overcome this thing with the bind property, bind current object. So we will get Honda again. We can pass we can pass brands according to our need, like const bike is equal to brand bike, and pass bike to this. Now because we pass this object to in this get brand method with bind. We bind this object with this method, so that's why we got this current executed context brand value, and that is bike. Yes. Let's again move to this simple thing and create. We will create and create a arrow function. And now if we create arrow function we got undefined. Why? It is because the ES6 arrow function will need to get this from its outer parent. In the arrow function, this binds lexically. This arrow function wants this from its outer function, and its outer function, this uh, uh, this is outer function. This is global object. If I show you, yes, the outer function, this is the global object, and the global object does not have the brand value property. So that's why we got undefined in this case. If we overcome this issue and we need to pass, we need to do this thing. Const ab this, yeah. In that case, this arrow function needs this property, we know arrow function bind this lexically, and this arrow function needs this from its outer function, and outer function is this, and this outer function have current executed context this for this object, and this is passed to this arrow function, and we got same this value for this arrow function, and if we console log brand value, we will got this brand value inside this arrow function. So this is the method invocation with this keyword. Now we will move to the constructor invocation. It's very amazing thing. Function car brand, this dot brand is equal to brand. Car dot prototype dot get brand, const car is equal to new car Honda. Let's console log car dot get brand, and we got Honda in the in here. We got Honda here. The expression new car is a constructor. New car is a constructor invocation of the car function. JavaScript create new object and set this to the newly created object. JavaScript create new object and set this to the newly created object. This pattern was great with only one potential problem. Now you can invoke or a function as a or a constructor if you omit new keyword. Since this value in the car set to the global object BMW brand returned undefined. Yeah. To make sure the car function is always invoked using constructor invocation, you add the check at the beginning of the car function. Yeah. The single issue is that we can create this without new keyword. Let's const car1 is equal to car Honda, Honda 1 car 1 dot get brand. In that case we got an error which is we don't have get brand value. So what's wrong with this? Why we are getting this error? In that place, when we don't create a function invocation with construct invocation with new don't pass this new keyword. JavaScript set this to this for this core function, that is global function, global executed context passed to this car function. And when we and global execution context does not have the get brand value, so that's why we are getting this error. To overcome this issue, we can pass the the statement like this to handle this type of errors. Yes, must use new operator to call this function. So in that case we need to pass new, and we got the brand value. The same thing goes with the arrow function in construct invocation. If we create arrow function, we know the arrow function bind this lexically, and arrow function need this from its outer function, and the outer function in that case is the global window object, and global window object does not have property of brand, so that's why we are getting undefined. If we overcome this issue, we again need to pass we create a simple function, and then we can we can create nested arrow function in that function, and then we will get same brand value in nested functions. So this is the constructed invocation. Now moves to toward the indirect invocation. Let's create a brand get brand function, prefix console.log prefix plus this dot brand. We can create, or we can pass, we can simply pass to this get brand dot call or Honda, it's Honda brand Suzuki. So when we call this indirect is that is called indirect invocation. We simply create a method, and we call this get brand method with with different type of objects, and in that place this refer this current passed object to this get brand function through this special type of keyword call. And in the second thing, we get brand function pass this refer this current object, and for the execution, and we are getting this these outputs. Hope you will understand hope you will understand this keyword throughout this video. If you have any questions, anything which came into your mind, you can comment us. We will we will hear for you. Hope you will enjoy this video. We will meet in the next video section. Thanks for you watching.